Now, 2 days after Republic TV had exposed an anti-India global plot, US body, the USCIRF, has targeted India once again. The US body has put India on a concern list of 15 nations. Now, this, of course, comes just after Republic TV had exposed how lobbying firms, in fact, were behind the US body, the USCIRF. Now, we are learning that the USCIRF has put India in a group of 15 concerned nations. Niranjan is joining me from the Newspit for more on this. Niranjan, tell us more.
Well, a few days back we broke a story, Nupur, and I'll tell you more about the details of what we had shown back then. We had spoken about this US body called USCIRF, and we spoke about their links to some dubious groups called IAMC, etc. Now, 2 days after we spoke about them, 2 days after we questioned some of their alliances, right? Now they have once again, issued a report, and in this report, they have once again sort of gone on to target India, right? Now we spoke about this group called USCIRF, and this group called USCIRF, and it's a US government body, it's a US body, and we spoke about some of their links to the IAMC, to groups like IAMC, and how groups like IAMC have been lobbying really hard. Now IAMC is the Indian American Muslim Council, which is known for targeting the Indian government, and they've been doing it consistently for the last few years. Their primary target is the Narendra Modi government. And there is enough material, proof that shows that the IAMC lobbied and spent a lot of money lobbying against India. And a few days back, we put out the connections between IAMC, the USCIRF, etc. Now, 2 days after we exposed those links, Nupur, and we'll play out the full story after this. I'll pull out that story that we broadcast and we'll air it after this. 2 days after we exposed the links, this particular report has gone on to target 15 countries, including India. And in their list is India, and they put India along the likes of the countries like Afghanistan, Syria, Vietnam, and Pakistan. Now, what this essentially shows you is that you have a situation where America, the American government, the Biden administration, and everybody is coming to India, flocking to India, making a beeline for India, to talk to India, talk to the Indian government, talk to Modi, to ensure that we are in their corner. They want us in their corner. But on the other hand, you have groups like the USCIRF, and whose connections are very dubious, linked to, and we had that, the flow chart. I'll just pull out the, some of the explainers that we put out a few days back. I'll pull that out and I'll play it on screen. Now, essentially what they have done is, 2 days after we broadcast that story, they go out and put this report and put India in a group of 15 concerned nations. 15 concerned nations. Advaita Kara is joining me on the phone line on this story right now. Advaita, we spoke about it on Sunday. Not surprisingly, this dubious connection that emerged, it appears the USCIRF, a government body, has once again targeted India and put India in a group of 15 concerned states. Advaita, I'd like to get your response to it. I mean, we were spot on when we spoke about them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a completely agenda-driven organization. I think this is an attempt at, what we call a soft regime change. It works through a certain pattern. There's propaganda involved. There's international agents involved, agencies involved who are fueling this. There's money involved. And I think the EAM said it most correctly when he said that if the Americans or the American state has observations to make about the human rights records, and especially other democracies, then certainly India has the right to make that comment as well. And I don't think that we, being the largest democracy in the world, with a democratically elected government and a thriving diversity, need to take this report very seriously. Look at the concerns that the Americans, they're unable to even handle race relations, forget anything else. So who are they to sit in judgment of anyone else?
This is a group that has distorted the map of India. And without showing the map, I want to show you this. This is from their report. Look at the countries they've clubbed India with, and I'm reading out the list of countries of particular concern. Afghanistan, India. They put India with Afghanistan, Pakistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Russia, Iran. Burma, China, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Syria, North Korea. They've clubbed India with North Korea. This US body has clubbed India with North Korea and Afghanistan.
It's laughable. And you know, these are the same people who grandstand when they make a mess in Ukraine and have that poor country attacked by the Russians and don't stand by it. Then they grandstand about how democracy should stick together. Why would any democracy trust them and stick with them when they club you with authoritarian regimes? It's an insult to the Indian voting people. It's an insult to the Indian people that we would be categorized in this way.
Yes, Adwaita, thank you for speaking to us. 2 days we were spot on when we questioned their links. On your screen right now, look at the links. Look at the links, it's there for you to see. And let's also get you some more responses to this. Let's get you some more responses. Now look at what this group says about India. On India, they have a full page. They say USCIRF recommended for countries of particular concern. They put India right on top there. And then they try to lecture India on religious freedom. They try to lecture India on, repressing and suppressing voices. And they go on to target India. And there is a lot of propaganda that is mentioned. But what is most interesting, and I want to just go back to that sheet, table where they have clubbed India, and I think this tells you everything. And I'll hand it back to you, Nupur. Clubbing India with Afghanistan, clubbing India with Pakistan, clubbing India with Tajikistan, clubbing India with Vietnam, clubbing India with Russia, Iran, China, Nigeria, North Korea, Syria. I think that's what it's come down to, countries of particular concern, and maybe this is what lobbying can do, lobbying can get for you in America. But certainly, what we have spoken about the last few days was spot on, and that this is the result of that. Handing it back to you for now. We'll keep a close track and get some more responses to the story that we broke on Republic TV. Let's put out that flowchart once again, showing their different connections. Right now, that's the USCIRF web of connections. Nadine Mainza, who's mentioned here several times, linked to, Professor Angana Chatterjee, who's linked to ISI agent Ghulam Nabi Fai. Nadine Mainza is also linked to Terry Allen of the Fidelis Government Relations, which according to reports, has been lobbying really hard with the IAMC as well. A lot of money being spent, and the USCIRF connections with Harrison Akins, a former policy analyst, linked to former Pakistan High Commissioner of the UK. And they have links that go all the way up to George Soros, who of course we know is an opponent of the Indian government, hates Modi government, hates India. On that note, I'm handing it back to you for now, keeping a close track on the story. Broken by Republic TV being developed here. Back to you for now.